Hey there, folks. It's me, Chris, with Gig Man's Life. Yeah, it's a Gig Man's Life indeed. And of course, 24 hours after, I had to walk to the grocery store because I don't feel like getting a ride. And, ended up calling my sister, talking to my sister and my brother in law. And of course, it comes down to the entertaining moments of while walking to the grocery store, I gotta go and see this. I want to go and say this is two companies that have stores here that don't think about it. And this is also whoever did the snow removal for these places didn't think about making sure that, hey, upsell. This is their responsibility by the city law. And it's not a state law because the state doesn't do this because, global warming, climate change. No, this is just shit that's going to happen still in New England. Snow is going to fall and you're responsible for your sidewalks. But, the city ordinance says $50 for the first offense, enforcement by police. So is this one of those things of saying, I don't want to spend the $50, but yet I want to go and take that nice little gamble that nothing's going to happen to a person in a wheelchair, power chair, or walking along, that they're not going to get hit by a distracted driver. People use this. A tractor trailer will stop here. But yet you don't think about that. I hate to say this, but that's any city that has those fines should be going after these guys and not going and saying first offense. And it should be well up to an amount that's making them think, yes, you're a business and you don't have your sidewalk cleared for people. I know. But the other side is that when you are having a business removing this stuff and you're not thinking of making sure you can get extra money, especially when you can send off another crew to do the sidewalks the day after so that this isn't the issue. And yet, is it the city's fault for this? By the law, this isn't the city's problem, because if they're nailing you as a property owner and they're not nailing these companies for doing this, that's a whole different matter. And I will say, by going like this and watching it, I will show you my entertaining, because this was the other thing, my brother-in-law. Thank you, Tim. You went and made sure that and you can see this is Home Depot, TD Bank, they got it cleared, Florence Bank, they got it cleared, Valvoline got it cleared, but Little Caesars, nope, Popeyes, nope. And then the Nissan dealership, the Honda dealership, Curry, they got it done. They are concerned about people, and they are also concerned about their. And then there's that, maybe, yes, Curry should go a little bit further in taking care of things, but that's the people who are contracting it. They're not looking at getting that extra money, and, they're looking at saving it. But at the same time, it's going like this to those other places and saying, hey, look, you are responsible for that. And if something does happen, don't be surprised. That's why you got insurance. I would be going and saying, hey, if you're looking at just simple taking care of things and saying, look, offer it. Make sure. Because in any case, I would go like this and say, hey, Discovery, let's go and see what the contract is that you have with the snow cleaning crew, the actual contract. Did they offer to do the sidewalks? And if I was them, I'd be making sure that in the contract, no, you didn't go and opt for the sidewalks. This is just suggestions. I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice, but it's something that any lawyer would say, yeah, I'd put that in the contract too. That customer didn't want us to do abutting sidewalks and stated that they'll take care of it themselves. That way, you're not at fault for what happens. They can't go and bring you in there because you have some legal wording in there that says you will take care of walkways. Sidewalks are walkways. And any good lawyer is going to argue it out and fuck you and your insurance. So something happens, they'll bring you into court. But anyways, this is just my rant for a video for Tuesday because, yes, I'm going to possibly be very busy, and doing these videos, making sure there's a video that's going to be up is something that's needed. So anyways, I hope all of you have a great day, and thank you very much for watching the channel. Thank you, Tim, for the suggestion. It got a video done, and hopefully I start going and having some people who are in the snow removal game to look at the protect their ass from the contracts they sign. Because once you say you're going to take care of walkways, the sidewalk is an abutting walkway, and you're now responsible for it. If you're not doing it, then they can come after you or not pay the contract, because they have ample evidence that you didn't take care of the sidewalks. So be mindful of what you sign for that contract, but also make sure that you have it in there that you opted out for abutting sidewalks to be maintained, because then it's on you. If the state is doing it, fine, but that's still an issue. That the state, and I would suggest that, yes, it would keep your property tax down lower if you weren't going and being such dickheads. But hey, you guys have a great day. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, make sure you get the hustle money, because you're worth it.